Hey friends, welcome back to science. We've been working for the past couple of weeks on apples. We've been learning all about apples, the fruit, how they grow, and the different characteristics of them. So when we started this whole unit, we talked about apples and we talked about apple trees. Apples grow on trees. Apples are a fruit and they're really great for you and they help you get strong and healthy. We know that there's all different kinds of apples, and apples have different characteristics about them. Apples might have a leaf growing from them. Apples might have a stem when you see them. On the outside of an apple, they have skin. And then on the inside, they have flesh. And the flesh and the skin are the parts that we eat. Towards the center of the apple is called the core. Most people don't really like the core because it's really hard to chew. But if you go into the core, you find something that's really, really important. Those are the apple seeds. Now, apple seeds are so important because the apple seeds are what starts the life cycle of an apple. A life cycle is repetition. It's a circle. It's things that happen over and over and over again. So this week we talked about how an apple grows by looking at the life cycle. What we found out is that it starts with a seed. Seeds go in the ground and seeds get water and seeds get sun and those seeds begin to grow. Those seeds will eventually grow into a teeny tiny plant that we call a seedling. That seedling will later, a lot later, grow into a tree. So they all grow into a tree. In the springtime, the tree will grow these beautiful blossoms. They'll look like these white flowers that will grow on the tree. Those blossoms will eventually fall, but they'll start to grow these amazing apples. And at that time, when the apples are ready to be picked, farmers might go and pick some apples. Some apples might fall to the ground, and then their seeds will get buried, and the whole life cycle will start all over again. It's really neat the way that it works. So as we have looked at this life cycle for the past couple of days, today we're going to work on a few comprehension questions to see what have you learned about the life cycle of an apple. So what I'm going to do is just like we do during the school day, I'm going to screen share with you guys so that you can see our questions all about the life cycle of an apple. Okay, so as I ask the questions, you guys try and answer them. Let's look. What do apples start as? Do they start as a leaf or do they start as a seed? You're right, you guys, they start as a seed. Where does an apple seed grow? Do we plant our seeds in the sky or do we plant our seeds in the ground? Awesome, we plant them in the ground. Where do apples grow? Do they grow in a garden or do they grow in a tree? I'm going to say tree. There we go. Remember, they grow in what we call our apple trees. And a bunch of trees put together, it's an orchard. Do you remember that word from Apple Farmer Annie? Orchard. Apples are a type of fruit, or apples are a type of candy. Very good. An apple is actually a fruit. What will you find inside of an apple? If you cut deep into that core, just like we talked about, are you going to find seeds or are you going to find bumblebees? That's right, we're going to find seeds. What do apple seeds grow into? Will an apple seed grow into a flower or will an apple seed grow into an apple tree? Perfect, you guys, they grow into an apple tree. A tree needs water and blank to grow. You remember, we say this a lot. You put the seed in the ground, you give it water and sun. Every plant, every living thing is going to need some water and sun. When does a tree grow new buds? In the springtime or in the winter? When do those blossoms begin to come out? Very good. In the springtime. Remember, we say a lot the April showers bring May flowers. They're going to grow in the spring. What helps the flowers on the apple tree? This one's kind of tricky, but we read it in one of our stories. We talked about how there is an insect that pollinates the flowers. It's the bee. Very good. So when are apples ready to eat? In the fall or in the winter? Very good. It's the fall. That's why we're talking about it right now, because you guys, next week, we begin fall and it'll be apple time. We might make some applesauce, have some apple pie, apple cider. We love apples in the fall. It's one of those great little treasures that reminds us the season is changing. Well, you guys, I'm so glad that we were able to work together today. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you soon. Bye.